let's talk about Nieko Lisi. I went ahead and I did a channeling session. I'm going to go ahead and say right here, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just my spiritually channeled opinion and theory. I'm going to be reading my channel notes and I'm going to give you the information that I received. Hopefully his mom can see this video and maybe it can bring her some peace or some closure. So when I first started this channeling session, I wanted to know if he was still alive. They said no, his soul completed its physical embodiment shortly after he went missing. The signal of his life force exited the body in alignment with a rapid disruption to both his breath and cranial rhythm. The exit was not planned by his higher self as a long earth mission. There is a sense of abrupt interference and entanglement, not full soul consent. His soul is not wandering, it has transitioned, but the unresolved nature of his disappearance has left energetic echoes tethered to the land, memory, and those seeking justice. This part, I'm like, what happened to Nieko? So here's the sequence of events that I got. Again, this is just my spiritually channeled information and opinion. What happened to Nieko? The initial departure. Nieko left Steuben County, New York in a heightened emotional and adrenaline state. The truck, confirmed as stolen, was not simply a joyride. It was taken with the intention of starting over or escaping something in his local life. There was peer pressure, particularly from Robbie Knight, but Nieko was not fully comfortable with this trajectory. He did not see the situation as safe, but he felt trapped in a loyalty dynamic. So the journey south, as they moved through states, Nieko began to emotionally distance himself from Robbie. There were escalating disagreements. By the time they reached Tennessee, energy between them was unstable, not collaborative. When they got to Franklin, Tennessee, the last known ping, this location is accurate. It was on his person or very close at the time of passing. He was not unalived in a moving vehicle, but somewhere nearby, off-road, in a rural or wooded zone, just outside of Franklin. The area has the feel of outer edge residential or undeveloped lots. This is not fully remote, but not directly visible from a main road. The energy suggests Robbie panicked after a confrontation or unintentional harm. There's no long premeditated murder. This feels more like a confrontation that escalated, followed by fear-based decisions to cover it up. Nieko's passing. He passed due to a combination of blunt force trauma and positional asphyxiation. The soul shows a rapid fade out, not a long suffering. He was afraid, but also confused in those last moments. There was a brief time of consciousness after injury before the soul detached. Disposal and vehicle. Robbie attempted to separate himself from the situation. The dismantling of the truck was done by others, not Robbie alone. He either sold or traded access to the vehicle in Nashville, where it was stripped for parts. Nieko's body was not moved far. It was placed or concealed, not too distant from the phone ping. The energy field suggests he was hidden hastily, not deeply buried, more likely covered or weighed down in a shallow or water-adjacent spot. As far as where the body is currently located, I will submit that information when I get done with this video to TBI. And if Nieko's mom does see this video, I will send it to her. But again, you have to be careful because you just can't go looking for body remains, and if you find something, you don't want somebody to try to think that you had something to do with it. So you have to be careful about how you go about that. Plus, you don't want to mess with evidence, right? Why has this case not been solved? Robbie's passing shortly after unrelated self-harm or overdose closed a key channel of truth. There were fragmented leads and no DNA confirmation due to the lack of body. Energetically, Nieko So chose not to scream for justice, but to rest in peace. Yet he welcomes now the surfacing of truth so that others may heal and patterns may break. His mother and family still anchor a thread that keeps this case open in the subtle realms. At this part, Nieko had stepped forward, his soul, and he says, Tell them I'm not lost, just quiet. I didn't mean to leave like that. I was just trying to find a new way, but I got pulled too fast. I forgive Robbie. I was scared, but it's okay now. You can stop carrying it, Mom. I'm light now. But if you want to bring me home, look where the curve meets the quiet. I'm still close. Again, I'm not making any claims. This is just my spiritually channeled session that I did that I'm sharing. And to Nico's mom, I am so sorry for your loss, and I hope if you see this video, it can help bring you some closure and help you feel close to your son again.